What's going on, Smitties? It is Patrick here, and today, guys, I'm bringing you a video going over every single gun in Extinction mode. We're going to go through the three areas and just look at all the guns there are. Also, I have Twitter. You can follow me at TheSmithPlays, link down in the description, but let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at are pistols in your loadout. There's 4 of them, and the first one that we have is the P226. This is kind of your typical gun. It's a one-shot, semi-automatic gun. Decent range, decent damage, not great, but not entirely bad. It's really just kind of like your average pistol. It's just like, the M1911 in Zombies, just pretty basic. The next gun that we have is the 44 Magnum, and this is honestly probably my least favorite gun of the 4. It's good damage, but it's really hard to hit the aliens. They're jumping around everywhere, and you have to be a pretty good shot with this gun. And I just find that a lot of the time your bullets go unhit, and it's just not worth it. Not a terrible gun, but I think you can do better. I'd prefer the P226 over this one by far. The next gun that we're going to look at is the M9A1, and it is a 3-round burst pistol. Really similar to the B23R from Black Ops 2 Zombies, if you remember that gun. Overall, I like it. It's okay, and it's definitely probably your second best pistol. I personally think it's decent because the 3-round burst really helps. It has okay damage and everything. So overall, not a bad gun at all. The last gun that we have is the MP443, and this is the fully automatic pistol and probably your best bet for your loadout. It's not the greatest damage when you're far away. It really doesn't have a great range, but it is good, especially with that automatic. It's so helpful in situations, and you get like fast reload or whatever, can really help you out of situations. Probably your best bet for a pistol. It is the last one you unlock, but once you get it, I definitely recommend putting it on your class. From here, guys, we're going to move on to guns around the map, and the first thing that we're looking at are snipers. Now, the first sniper is the VKS, located on top of a rock for 1,500 points in this first area. And this gun is okay. It doesn't have the greatest range, you see. It's usually like a 1 or a 2 shot to the smaller aliens, and then like a 3 or a 4 to the scorpions and bigger guys. Overall, not a great choice for a gun, especially not as far as snipers are concerned, but it is what it is, and it's the first sniper you can get. The other sniper you can get on this map is the L115, located right by the cabin in the 3rd area for 1,500 points. And if you're going for a sniper, this is definitely your best bet. You'll see here, it often will 1 to 2 shot the bigger guys, and is usually a 1 shot to the smaller guys. Really effective for taking out scorpions. If you like sniping, I recommend getting this gun. It can be really fun. You'll see here, I think it's like a 2 shot to most scorpions, and it's really effective against them. They're always chilling up there wherever, and this is just a great gun for that role, for being the kind of scout, laying back and helping out your teammates. So overall, honestly, not a bad gun at all, and it's definitely a viable option. Next up are shotguns, and the first gun that we have is the FP6. Now, shotguns are never really a great, option for these horde modes, and this isn't really an exception. The FP6 is an alright gun. You're not really expecting a lot in the first area. It's usually a 2 shot to the smaller guys, and maybe 3 or 4 again to the scorpions and other enemies. Okay gun, not great ammo, but it will suffice if you have it. It's not going to totally screw you over. The next gun that we have is the Bulldog, located in the 2nd area for a pricey 2,500. Now, this gun is decent damage. It's, again, usually a 2 shot, but what I really like about this is it's crazy fast at reloading. If you have the reloading perk, it's even better. It's just kind of like a tube that goes down in the end. Really nice, and definitely a decent gun that I would recommend using. It's fun. It gets the job done, and really, it's just overall like a solid gun. The last shotgun that we have is the MTS, located at the bottom of the crater for 2,000 points. This is a really fun gun to use. It's got good damage, pretty quick reloading, and it just seems like your shots always hit on target a lot more than the other 2 shotguns. That's what I really like about it. It feels like you can get you can just get things done a lot better with this shotgun. Really good for holding down the front lines. Unfortunately, it's in the last area, but even so, I love to use it, and it's just a good gun. Moving on to submachine guns, and the first one we have is the Vector, located in the first area for 1,500 points. This is just kind of like your typical SMGs. They all seem to be really similar. I kind of like this one more than some of them. It's got better iron sights. Okay gun, okay power, not the best range, but overall, just really like an average SMG. The next gun that we have is the Bison, located for 2,000 points in the second area. And this really isn't my favorite SMG. It's got okay damage, okay ammo, but it seems like it goes through that ammo really quickly, which I don't like because, ammo is so important in this, and it just feels like your shots sometimes feel a little bit worthless. So for that, I wouldn't say it's the best SMG to go with. The next gun that we have is the CBJ, also located in the second area for 2,000 points. And how I would describe this gun is really good until you get at any sort of range. It's quite powerful, does the job, but you get at any range, and it's like most SMGs, you just start to lose that power quite a bit. So as long as you're killing all the scouts and smaller enemies, you'll do a great job with this gun. It's really, really good, and I like it. The last SMG that we have is the Honey Badger, located at the bottom of the barn in the third area. This is your best SMG. I would say it's got better range than most of them, good damage, and just overall really, really effective. I enjoy this gun quite a bit. I know all the best guns are all in the third area, of course, but this is obviously your best gun. It's got the silencer on it, so you they have that kind of reduced muzzle flare and stuff, which is nice. And overall, just an awesome, awesome gun, and totally, totally worth the money. Alright guys, I just realized I forgot a gun, the Vespr, located in the first area for 1,500 points, right up by the fire trap. It's just really honestly like your every typical SMG. Again, very similar to the Vector and the Bison, so an okay gun, but not your best one. Moving on to explosives, and the first thing that we have is the Panzerfaust, located in the alley of the first area. This gun is so stupid. I don't know why someone would use it over an actual weapon. It's terrible. Only thing it's really good for taking out are the scouts, the little guys, because it can take out a few at a time. But it's just a waste of money, a waste of your weapon slot. Just please don't get it. Now, the other explosive launcher that we have is the Cast It, and this is a little bit better. It's a grenade launcher. Definitely still not an option if you're being serious. You can use it if you're just trying to have fun, because I will admit it is so fun to just watch the little aliens go flying. But overall, I really just think this is kind of like a troll gun, because it's just not a good option to go with. From here, we're going to move on to the many assault rifles of this map, and the first one that we have is the SC-2010. It is a semi-automatic, lower power rifle, so really not a very good option. It just doesn't have a whole lot going for it, and I seriously wouldn't recommend this one. The next gun we have is the AK-12, also located in the first area for 1,500 points, and this is probably one of the better assault rifles. Just a really solid gun, no flaws, decent damage, decent range, and overall, definitely something you may want to use. The last assault rifle that we have in the first area is the MR28, and this is a pretty unique weapon. It's like another semi-auto, but it's very powerful, oftentimes a one-shot to the smaller aliens, and most times a two. If you have good accuracy, it's a great weapon to use. I personally don't have the best accuracy, so I don't use it very often. I don't show it off in the best light here, but it is a pretty freaking good gun if you're good with it. Next up is the SA-805 in the second area for 2,000 points, and this gun is essentially an upgrade from the AK-12. It's got more power, more range, I think more ammo, and overall, it's just a really solid gun. Probably one of the best assault rifles in the game, so definitely an option. The next gun that we have is the IA-2 for 2,000 points in the second area. And this gun is really like an upgrade from the SC-2010, the semi-automatic rifle that isn't very powerful. This is pretty much that gun, but more powerful. And I like it. It's fun. It's fun to use. Really good for taking out scorpions and things like that. And overall, a decent gun to use, but not your best bet. And the last assault rifle that we have is the MTAR, located in the last area for 2,000 points. And statistically or factually or whatever, on paper, this is the best gun or the best assault rifle in the game. But I personally think that you would have a better bet with some other weapons. This gun is solid, but all the other guns in this area are better than it. Like you have the chainsaw, the sniper, the shotgun that we already saw. Really, really better guns. This is solid, but you just have better choices. Now finally guys, moving on to the light machine guns, and LMGs have got to be your best bet in extinction mode. Now there are two of them. The first one is the M27 IAR for 3,000 points, located in the second area. There's also the chainsaw, which we'll talk a little bit about later, but this gun is really essentially made for kind of longer lines of sight. You know, it has the really good sights and not a lot of recoil, so you want to use this gun from a long distance, kind of taking enemies out. Not too long, but you know, you don't have to be up close and personal for it to be effective. Really good at taking out scorpions. A lot of ammo, holds 5,000 or 500 in total with the clip. When you get max ammo, and it's just a really good gun, you know, really meant for taking out those scorpions. I find it's really good at that, and just a great gun. If you're in this area and you are looking to make it to the end, I would get this gun, probably, like I said, your best bet up until now. And the other LMG that we have is the chainsaw, located atop the barn for 3,000 points. A lot of people like to say that this is the best gun in the game, when really this and the M27 are tied. Each gun just has a different purpose. Like I said, the M27 is more for longer lines of sight, whereas this is when they are right up in your face and you just gotta mow some aliens down. It's really good for up close, but because it doesn't actually have a sight, it's not as good when you're trying to take out like a scorpion or someone or some sort of enemy from a longer range. Really good at taking out the rhino as well, but just it's a great gun up and close. But don't confuse it for being the best, because it does have a big drawback, which is its range. Overall though, epic gun. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, you can drop a like. That would be most appreciative. Also, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe for more Extinction guides. I also do a lot of zombies. You can follow me on Twitter at TheSmithPlays. And overall, guys, have a wonderful day. I put a lot of effort in this video, so it would be really appreciable, like I said, if you could like this video. But yeah, peace out, and I will talk to you later.